Hi, I'm Jack Mize, and I've created a pretty comfortable life for myself and my family by getting really good at local internet marketing. I guess you could say I did this whole thing backwards. You see, one day I was standing in the office of a big real estate investor, listening to how he was making all this money by flipping houses. Well, when he told me how much he was spending on billboards and postcards and yellow page ads just to get the phone to ring, I about fell out of my chair. I couldn't believe that he was spending $10,000 to $20,000 per month for leads. Even though I thought of myself as an internet marketing newbie, I quickly figured out that I knew a whole lot more than he did. So I started doing some research, and I found these national websites that would sell leads to real estate investors. Well, I called them immediately, and I found out that to get all the leads for my area, it would only cost me $7,000 per month. Can I tell you that I actually sat and thought about ways that I could come up with the money to buy those? But then it hit me, Jack, why don't you just make your own website? Well, that's exactly what I did, and here it is. It's pretty, huh? Well, I registered that domain on March 3rd, 2005. And 2 days later, on March 5th, 2005, my first internet lead came in. I didn't know what to do with it, so I called one of the investors that I met back in the real estate office. I've got some leads from motivated sellers. If I send them to you, can we work something out? Honestly, I didn't know what to ask for. I tried to figure out if $500 was too much to ask for my ugly website. Well, before I had a chance to work up the nerve to ask him about buying my website, I got a call from the investor. Jack, I sold that house. I said, what house? That first lead you sent me. I thought, now's my chance. Ask him for the $500 while the iron's hot. Now, before I could get that out, he said, Jack, I know we never talked about your fee, but if $6,000 sounds okay, I'll have a check waiting for you here in the office. $6,000. You know what my response was? Well, that's not exactly the figure I had in mind, but I'll take it. I knew I was onto something. I got more money than I ever expected, and I got to keep my ugly website. So I kept sending him leads, and he kept sending me checks. You know, it really hit me one day. I was meeting this business owner in a parking lot because there was a hurricane coming, and I wanted to get my family out of town. So he walked up to the car, and he said, I have something I want to show you. And he handed me a check for $20,000. And he said, this is what came in last week from your leads. You know, I was absolutely amazed, and I was sitting there mumbling something about what my share was going to be when he looked at me and said, Jack, that is your share. I immediately thought to myself, but it's just a website and some online ads. And I asked him, why are you so happy to pay me this much money for leads I get on the internet? And he summed it up in one simple sentence, because you know how to do it and I don't. And he went on to tell me, you know, I don't really care where you get these leads as long as you keep them coming. Businesses don't want websites. They don't want to be on the front page of Google. They want leads. They want customers. They want paying customers. And that's exactly what I was giving them. And it's exactly what you can give them too. I call this the easy lead method, and it's completely different than what you probably thought that offline consulting had to be. This is where you are the boss and local businesses work for you as your sales force closing leads that you generate. That's right, you're not selling internet services, you're selling the irresistible offer, a paying customer. You can think about it as if you're creating your own affiliate marketing program for local businesses. You generate the lead, they close the sale, you get a chunk of the profit. Listen, there are a lot of small businesses out there with a high profit margin but unpredictable cash flow, and they would much rather pay a higher fee for a paying customer than an ongoing fixed cost for a website and SEO services. The best part is you're building real assets that you own, full internet marketing campaigns that you control. Think about it. If you build a website or provide SEO services for a business and they decide to go a different direction or they think that they don't need you anymore, what do you have at the end of the day? But when you own the marketing campaign and you own the online assets and things don't work out, you simply point that campaign to a new business that will start closing your leads. Look, I know for a lot of you, the one thing that's standing in your way of being successful with this is that you don't see yourself as a consultant. You don't see yourself as a salesperson. And I'm here to tell you that's okay. And that's why I put together the Easy Lead Method.